People choose Plymouth and Canton to come and move to buy their homes because we have a world-class experience. Our facilities do not match that experience, and our students deserve that opportunity.
In order to keep that experience and the expectation that our community has, we need support like the 2020 bond to make sure that our learning environments provide students with the opportunities to thrive.
The bond is really a needs list. It's not a bunch of wants. It's not all of these things that would be nice to have. It's really about needs for our young people. Multiple stakeholder groups across the district and around the community came together and really talked about what is it that our young people need, but also really looking at how do we really help build a well-rounded young person that has those 21st century and beyond skills that will help them 10 years after they leave us.
The 2020 bond is important because it allows us to catch up to where we should be. This allows us to provide students with ample facilities, whether that's for rehearsing or for clubs or for practice, and puts us on pace with the districts that are surrounding us. This is an opportunity for the community to do the same thing for our school district.
This bond will allow us to generate $275 million over 3 series with a 0 mil increase to our millage rate. Our current millage rate is 4.02.
Having dedicated space for music is an absolute must. The question I always think about is, would we do the same thing for science? Would we do the same thing for English? Would we do the same thing for math? We have over 300 students in the band program. We have at times 70 to 80 students in every class. Currently we have situations where we are putting students in very small practice rooms or almost closets, if you will.
One example of how this bond impacts all students at all levels would be dedicated art, music, and physical education facilities at all of the elementaries. Right now, some of our elementaries have a shared gym and cafeteria space, so many of our young people don't get the same experience as others because we're doing setup in the cafeteria, just tear down from lunch while physical education classes are setting up.
All activities are important. Number one, it gives a kid a space to belong to. It gives them a sense of being in high school, a reason to come. A lot of them, it's a reason to come to school every day because they're involved in robotics or science olympiad or something of that nature.
This bond will allow us an opportunity to enhance our learning spaces outside of the classroom. Those are our playgrounds. We think about our gymnasiums. We think about our music spaces, our art spaces, really opportunities to allow students to soar in different areas.
Currently we run practices can go anywhere from right after school, which is 2:30 up until 9 o'clock. Having an additional stadium will allow each school to have their own space, additional auxiliary gyms, which would allow us to practice right after school, and maybe in a lot of cases students can get home by 5 or 7, adding more sleep time, adding more study time, and help them be more successful in the classroom.
The robotics program is severely limited right now. We don't have the room to safely do stuff, and number one. And number two, we don't have the room to teach as many kids as we have in there all at once. We have to break them up into groups, which means sometimes we start at 5:30 and we don't get out of here till 10:30 at night. And our biggest need is we need a practice field, somewhere we can run the robot. The 2020 bond is important to the community because it helps nourish the students that are in the community. It helps nourish the family. It's going to help kids improve their job outlook. It's going to help kids improve their college education prospects. It's going to help kids improve the ability to make the community better.
The bond itself would allow our students to have the best facilities, to have the best resources, and allow us as educators to make sure that the students are receiving that high quality education that they deserve.
So for those voters who maybe don't have young people in school, one of the things that's really critically important to understand is the fact that strong schools build strong home values. And when you look at home values, it helps keep home prices where they are and higher and allow you to have equity in your home.
If P-CCS is to stay competitive, it really starts with providing great learning environments for our students that give students in 2020 and beyond everything they need to thrive. And that's what this bond really is all about.